Will Gervonta Tank Davis fight Floyd Schofield Jr. if mandated?
I need y'all to get the likes up, man. Get the likes up. Smash the like button. We have 350 people and 90 fucking 5 likes.
Shakur would get knocked out just as easy. That's the funny part. They fight similar. They fight similar. Shakur would get knocked out in the first round too. Shakur knows that.
And
Shakur knows that.
So it's personal with Shakur though. So
yeah, we can we can stay off of that, but we know it's personal. So Shakur would get done worse. So and I'm not bugging. Tell people to think I'm crazy on that one and have Shakur send a contract. And that ain't clickbait or nothing. We want the Shakur fight. Nobody ducked that fight.
I guess Floyd Schofield Jr. wants to fight Tank Davis or Shakur Stevenson next. Now, the fight with Shakur Stevenson, it fell apart. I'm not sure how. I'm not sure why. But what we do know is that on the 11th hour, Floyd Schofield Jr., Kid Austin, got poisoned to the point where he couldn't even make it to the fight. In came Joshua Padley, short notice, the electrician. Shakur Stevenson stops him in the 7th round. Dude put up a spirited effort. Moving on, Shakur Stevenson is now fighting William Zepeda. Floyd Schofield stopped Tevin Farmer, who faced William Zepeda, went tooth and nail with Tevin Farmer twice. Floyd Schofield stopped this same Tevin Farmer in 1 round. Now Floyd Schofield is looking to face Tank Davis. Actually, Floyd Schofield Sr. said this about Tank Davis.
They will stop Tank. That's why they won't choose us. That's why they retiring. Floyd will stop Tank. We already know it. We watched Tank get stopped plenty of times again. It's not new. He's not invincible.
Not invincible. He said that Floyd has the power to change the division without question.
Yeah. All the champions know. Ask all of them. I've been saying over 2 years now that's the greatest boxer of all time. Not one of them champions that he get them ready for their fight said he's lying. But it's Devin Haney, Jojo Diaz, Adrian Broner, Shakur Stevens, Tank Davis. None of them came out and said it's Pop lying. But everybody else say, oh, it's Pop crazy. I ain't that crazy.
Now, to hear what he had to say, Tank Davis reacts to everything. And as we know, Tank Davis has been on a tirade on Twitter. He's been going absolute ape shit on Twitter lately. And he reacts by saying this. He will get his little bitch ass whooped. I don't have none of that twitchy shit Devin has. I'll beat the dog shit out of this, slag it. You know the word, right? Tank Davis has some fiery words for Floyd Schofield Jr., right? Floyd Schofield Jr., I think he receives a little heat because of how boxing fans feel about his old man, right? They call Floyd Schofield Sr. Mama Schofield. And I think fans don't want to really truly hop on board with Kid Austin. For one, he's with Golden Boy, right? Two, his dad. You know, his dad just, you know, they got a lot of jokes about his old man. But you can't take away the fact that this young man has potential, right? He's fast. He's punching hard. He's aggressive. And looking at his personality, you would think, you know, he's almost like a Sean Porter, right? He's a really, really, really nice guy. But in the ring, he fights the total opposite, right? He fights like an absolute savage in the ring. Literally ran Tevin Farmer right out of the ring, right? Moving forward, what's next? Will Tank Davis take this fight, right? Because we know throughout boxing history, Tank Davis just don't fight these guys that he seemed to have a lot of smoke for. And Floyd Schofield Sr. reacts to Tank Davis and his name calling.
I want to come and address something. I see what you put up there, Tank. You know, after this fight, all you could do is send a contract, right? You know, you don't even have to do all that typing. You know Shakur got a match. Y'all handle y'all matches. Y'all know y'all can send a contract. Y'all already know y'all got the belts and we coming for y'all. So y'all ain't said nothing in no Twitter or anything that really matter. Just send a contract. You know we want to fight y'all. And I said it to everybody. I know my boy would stop you, and I ain't talking shit just from this.
Now, to him, what he had to say, he says, just send a contract. I'll fight either you or Shakur Stevenson, right? Just send a contract. Ain't no point in getting on social media doing all this talking. Send the contract. Actually, there probably won't be no contract needed to be sent because Floyd Schofield, he should be next in line for Gervonta Tank Davis WBA title, right? We know Tank Davis don't really do mandatories. He didn't even really want the belt in the first place. They kind of just gave it to him, right? And Tank Davis, we're going to see what he do, right? He's talking a lot of shit, calling dudes slag it and all this other stuff. Okay, cool. Sign the contract, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm all in for the fight. But, of course, Tank Davis, as we know, got Lamont Roach problems. And Tank Davis could have fought one of these guys in his weight class, but he opted to fight Lamont Roach, a guy in the weight class under, and now we see the debacle he's in now. He's in this little situation with Lamont Roach that he may not be able to find himself out of, right? Going to draws and all this stuff, right? In my opinion, he lost the fight, took the knee, all types of shit. A lot of questions still about Gervonta Tank Davis. These young fighters, man, they're going to get better. That's the thing. The young fighters, they're going to get better. Guys like Kid Austin, he's going to get better. You got to ask yourself, is Tank Davis going to be getting better at 30 years old now? Right? Tank Davis is an extremely talented young fighter. But I'll argue that he hasn't really gotten better over the years, right? He hasn't took his skills to the next level. He's been really stagnant. Even though he's at a high level, he hasn't progressed. And I say that because of how the way the Lamont Roach fight played out. If Tank Davis was this fighter that's adapting to styles and outthink a guy and all this other stuff, if his power's not working, he didn't show that in that fight with Lamont Roach. So if he gets in there with a buzzsaw like Floyd Schofield Jr., who's going to run you right out of the ring, who's punching hard with both hands, who's coming at you fast, coming at you hard, pause, right? What you gonna do, bro? You know what I'm saying? You gonna swing that big left hand, boom, and he lands. Okay, boom, he's still there. What you gonna do? Right? So I got a lot of questions for Tank. You know what I'm saying? Is he going to fight this kid? You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of smoke for these guys on the internet. And it's strange enough, one of the guys in the chat pointed out, like, hey, whenever Tank Davis has this really, really deep level of animosity for one of these fighters, he don't end up fighting that guy. He end up fighting somebody totally from the left field that we didn't even see coming. And we didn't see Lamont Roach coming, but now we see Lamont Roach. But Tank Davis, man, Floyd Schofield Jr., I think that's a great matchup. I think that's a great fight. And if you go be at 135, you might as well unify the division, right? You're 30 years old now. You still regarded as one of the best fighters in boxing. Still got a big name in the sport. You might as well go ahead and take the sport by the horns and unify 135. But tell me what you guys think. Will Tank Davis fight Floyd Schofield? And will Floyd Schofield fight Shakur Stevenson once he gets past William Zepeda? Like, subscribe, holla at your boy. Peace out.
Tevin Farmer, after his last fight, got caught quick with a right hand. Maker in this fight. Is Floyd Schofield about to take off to superstardom if he can blast out Farmer here in round one? And he's down again! William Zepeda couldn't do the job. Floyd Schofield did!